Okay, foxes meet Max, Max meet foxes. So while Max grazes, I figure I take this opportunity to have a beautiful conversation about battle damage assessments, BDA. And the Ukrainian Operation Spiderweb is a great vignette to go ahead and look at it. Further information on how to do BDA and what it all means is in one of our original videos, so please go back to the channel and look at that. But let's look at the three, don't spook on me, BDA phases. The first one is physical, the second one is functional, and the third one is target systems, and we usually get stuck on the functional. We'll see why. Physical BDA. According to Ukraine, that was 117 drones applied against 41 targets. That's roughly 2.8 drones per target, and it had a 99% hit rate and 99% explosion rate. That's physical BDA. Basically it. Functional is where we get interesting. According to everything in the publicly available arena, you're at 10 bombers were destroyed, 20 aircraft, including some other bombers, were heavily damaged, and the remaining 11, math is probably wrong, had minor damage. And this is usually where we go back to the order of battle chart and look at our slants, and you go, okay, here's what was destroyed, here's what was damaged, versus what the enemy had at the outset or on hand for operations. You run some quick math, and you go, oh, okay, so 10 were destroyed, and another 5 were damaged out of the original 65 to 70 bombers that were there. So we're somewhere in the neighborhood of 16% of the enemy combat strength has been degraded. That means the enemy is 16% less combat effective. We confuse combat strength with combat effectiveness. Everyone high fives. You think we've reduced the enemy's ability to sortie out by 16%. That's not quite right. That was functional BDA. Target system BDA phase 3 is where you're supposed to really get into it. You start with what did the enemy have on hand, roughly 70. You go to the operational readiness rate of the bomber fleet, which was approximately 50%. And you go, oh man, we destroyed like 50% of 50%. Hold on. So where were we? 50% on hand. There were only about, let's say 5 bombers that were required for every operation. Not all the bombers that you destroyed were even flying. And a lot of those can be repaired, even though the Tu-95s and 22s are no longer in production. And what you get is the RFI of how many bombers were not already flying did we destroy versus ones that were operational that we destroyed. And there's still a whole bunch of bombers left, roughly 40. So if the enemy only needed to fly 5 in any one mission, the enemy combat strength has been reduced, but their combat effectiveness actually remains high because they still only need 5 bombers to fly.